Well, my perception of people, processes, and technology is that these three parameters they go together. If you have any kind of organization, is it a company or is it a startup or any kind of organization, it will consist of a number of people who need to work together. It will consist of processes that they need to do, tasks that they have to do, and it will consist of a certain level of technology that they use to get jobs done. And that technology can be, if you work in a restaurant, it can be kitchen utensils, it can be things you need to use to cook. So technology is not necessarily very advanced, but it's technology you need to do the job. And if you want to get these things to work in the best possible way, so you actually have success with your business, you need to take care of all three of these dimensions. So first of all and foremost, you need to have the right people. And that is, of course, a big task for the leaders of the company to recruit the right people, to have the right skills, the right motivation, to be sure that they can work together in a good way, that they have can bring innovative ideas and skills to the organization. That's kind of a first thing that needs to happen. Then you have to have processes that work between these people. And this can be from a very basic part, is just how do you actually hand one task from one person to another person? How do you exchange information? How does goods move around in the organization? All of these things are part of creating a flow through the company, through the organization, which gets the job done, so that the different people will hand over, whenever they're finished with the task, they'll hand it over to the next person who then will continue with their task. So getting these things to work in a smooth way can then require technology to support the task. It can be as simple as emails to help exchange communication. It can be more advanced IT solutions. And nowadays, the big word is artificial intelligence that can then further strengthen the technology. So all of this only makes sense if they work together. And this is sort of the key perception I have of this triangle between people and processes and technology, that all three have to work together to get the good results. The thing about processes is that they usually start on a very simple level, but over time, as we get more tasks, as the organization grows, we get more and more complex processes. So this tends to sort of gradually make things complicated, and in our minds we try to simplify things to have as easy a work life as possible. So things turn into routines and habits. This is, of course, quite useful in many cases, that you know exactly what to do, and in some kinds of jobs it's actually mandatory that things are done in a very specific way every time. So you build up these routines. But this also gradually means that it gets more and more difficult to change processes, because it becomes more and more heavy. And as the organizations grow, more and more stakeholders in the processes will have a say about what to change when and how. And this means that processes tend to block at some point. They simply get jammed with complexity. So it can be necessary from time to time to actually review the process and say, do we need to rethink how we are doing things? And this is usually a mindset thing that requires that you start rethinking, what are we actually doing and why are we doing this? And the longer time you have been doing a certain task and the organization has been active, chances are higher that you have implemented some processes at a given time which are maybe no longer actually needed, but which now are still in use, and now they are jamming your workload. So you need to clean out your processes and review that. And this is where technology can come in again and be part of that rethinking process, because technology can actually enable you to do things in a different way. And if you can do things in a different way, then you can rethink your process and say, because we now have technology that can do things differently, we can do a different process that is more effective than what we did before. And this is one of the great enablers of technology. Usually what you find is you get a bad result if you just try to put technology on top of your old processes and say, okay, I want to send a faster email. But if email was not the right process to have for this, then sending a faster email will not actually make you more effective in your organization. If you rethink your process, saying, oh, maybe I should have a shared platform where we communicate, that would be the right solution. Then when that technology exists, it can enable a new way of work. So that's kind of the idea of putting technology to support your processes and the people part of that. So artificial intelligence, or AI, has now come to the forefront. It is what most people are talking about. But there are different perceptions of what AI means. AI means very different things if you're a data scientist or if you're an employee in a company. And the way that I like to think about AI is that AI is a sophisticated technology that also enables people to do what they want to do in the future. So AI should be thought as any other sophisticated technology that will enable people to do more. But of course, many people are afraid because the AI is often linked to robots that will come and steal our jobs. And there is a certain level of optimization that actually has nothing to do with the AI in particular that will happen because technology can do certain tasks better than humans can. Then what we should rely on is that humans can do certain other tasks better than technology can. And in reality, the best way to benefit from this is that humans and technology learn from each other. And this is where artificial intelligence is particularly interesting, that you get these learning technologies where both people and technology learn together and create a powerful team to do a better job.